Once upon a time, in a grand city, lived a widowed merchant with his 12 children. Among them were 6 daughters, all blessed with beauty, but the youngest, Beauty, shone brightest of all. Her heart was as pure, unlike her elder sisters who were cruel, selfish, and consumed by jealousy. They envied Beauty's gentle nature and the attention she received. Fortune turned when a fire consumed their mansion, and storms wrecked their ships at sea, leaving the merchant and his children in utter poverty. Their lavish life was gone in an instant. Forced to abandon their opulent lifestyle, the family moved to a small cottage in the countryside, where they had to work to survive. Life changed drastically for them. While Beauty embraced their new life with a cheerful spirit, her sisters scorned the simple tasks, mistaking her willingness for foolishness. They longed for their old, luxurious life. 2 years passed, and the family adapted to their rustic life. Beauty continued to find joy in the simple things, her kindness unwavering. One day, news arrived that one of the merchant's ships had returned. Hope flickered in their hearts that their fortune might be restored. Before departing, the merchant asked his children what gifts they desired upon his return. His eldest daughters eagerly requested jewels and fine dresses. Beauty, with her gentle heart, only wished for her father's safe return, but when pressed, she requested a single red rose. At the port, the merchant learned that his colleagues had already sold the cargo, leaving him penniless and unable to fulfill his daughter's wishes. Dejected, he began his journey home, unable to provide the gifts his daughters had hoped for. Despair weighed heavily on his heart. Lost in a fierce snowstorm, the merchant stumbled upon a castle, its lifelike statues watching silently. He sought shelter from the biting cold. Finding no one home, he cautiously entered the castle, discovering tables laden with food and drink, seemingly left for him. He gratefully accepted the unexpected hospitality, spending the night in the warmth and comfort of the enchanted castle. As he prepared to leave the next morning, he noticed a rose garden, remembering Beauty's simple request. He plucked the loveliest red rose, intending to bring it home as a token of his love for Beauty. Suddenly, a hideous beast appeared, enraged that the merchant had stolen his most prized possession after accepting his hospitality. The beast threatened to kill the merchant for his transgression, despite the kindness he had been shown. Fear gripped the merchant's heart. The merchant begged for his life, explaining that he had only picked the rose as a gift for his youngest daughter, Beauty. The beast relented, offering a cruel bargain. The merchant could leave, but only if one of his daughters came to live with the beast in his stead. The beast insisted that the daughter must agree willingly, fully aware of her fate, with no illusions about her predicament. Burdened by this terrible choice, the merchant reluctantly agreed, promising to return with one of his daughters. With a heavy heart, the merchant returned home. The merchant was sad but agreed to the beast's condition to save his own life. The beast gave him riches and fine clothes for his family, warning him not to lie to his daughters about what had happened. The red rose clutched tightly in his hand, dreading the moment he would reveal his grim bargain. As the cottage came into view, his heart sank, knowing the sorrow he was about to bring to his beloved daughters. Back home, the merchant gave Beauty the rose and told her the terrible price he had to pay. Her brothers wanted to fight the beast, but Beauty decided she would go to the castle to save her father. At the castle, the beast welcomed Beauty with a grand ceremony. He sent her father home with many gifts. The beast gave Beauty beautiful clothes, food, and animal servants to help her. Every night, the Beast visited Beauty and asked her how she was. He couldn't express himself well, so she thought he wasn't very smart. Each night the Beast asked Beauty to sleep with him, but she always said no. After each refusal, she dreamed of a handsome man trapped in the castle and a fairy who warned her not to be fooled by appearances. For months, Beauty lived a life of luxury. She felt conflicted between her dreams of the handsome man and her gratitude towards the Beast. When the Beast asked what was wrong, Beauty said she missed her family. He sadly agreed to let her go, but warned her that if she didn't return in 2 months, he would die of a broken heart. Beauty promised to return and received an enchanted ring that could instantly transport her home. Beauty woke up in her family's new home. Her sisters were jealous to see her well fed and beautifully dressed. Beauty gave her sisters lavish gifts, but their suitors were now interested in Beauty. Her brothers tried to stop her from going back to the Beast, so she stayed longer. When 2 months had passed, Beauty saw the Beast dying alone in the castle. She decided to return despite her brothers' attempts to stop her. Back at the castle, Beauty found the Beast near death in a cave. She was heartbroken and realized she loved him. Beauty fetched water from a spring and used it to revive the Beast. That night, when the Beast proposed again, Beauty agreed to marry him. The sky lit up with magical fireworks. That night, the Beast went to bed with Beauty and fell into an enchanted sleep. The next morning, Beauty woke up and found that the Beast had transformed into the handsome man from her dreams. Beauty and the prince married and lived happily for many years. One day, Beauty asked the prince how he had turned into a beast. The prince said,